Located on 890 square miles in southeast Idaho, the Idaho National Laboratory is our nation's nuclear energy laboratory. While the primary expertise is researching and demonstrating the next generation of advanced nuclear reactors and fuels, INL is also a world leader in demonstrating and securing innovative energy solutions and critical infrastructure training and protection. Here at EBR-I. Explain the significance of this space.
So this is called the Experimental Breeder Reactor 1. It was the very first demonstration test reactor that was built and used here at Idaho National Laboratory out at the desert site of 52 reactors. This is the first one that lit 4 light bulbs with the use of clean, safe nuclear power. And it has really kind of set that foundation for the nuclear reactor testing site, which is now Idaho National Laboratory, over the last 76 years.
And I want to brag a little bit too, because when you walk up, it is so impressive. There's this great large sign that says it's the first nuclear plant in the world,
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
In the world, not just Idaho, not just our country, but the entire world.
Yeah.
We lit light bulbs with nuclear power.
We sure did.
That's amazing. Hope, where are we now?
We are at the Materials and Fuels Complex of Idaho National Laboratory, one of our desert site facilities in the complex.
And INL is the 5th largest employer in the entire state, so I can only imagine the profound impact it actually has on the economy of the gem state.
You know, it ranges by year, but this last year, a $4.29 billion economic impact on the state of Idaho.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B. So we do a ton of work here, right? Not just having all of the folks here that work directly for Idaho National Laboratory, but we bring on suppliers and subcontractors. We hire Idaho companies to do all kinds of activities for us, and that impact is direct, and then it kind of ripples out in kind of these indirect and induced effects that really bring a lot of economic benefit to the state of Idaho. We have just over 6,400 employees at Idaho National Lab between the site, in town, and kind of across the board.
And what type of jobs are we talking about?
All kinds of jobs. So we have folks obviously that do that kind of core research. They're focused in on very specific research projects. They do fundamental science, etc. But INL is an applied laboratory. So we take that fundamental science and then we apply it into real life, real function, things you can touch, break, etc. here. That's what we do here, is we test those things. We make sure they work in real life. So we have folks that, you know, operate these reactors and operate these facilities and break things on purpose to learn what the maximum capacity of certain materials or fuels are. And then we have folks that do all kinds of stuff, right? We have accountants and economists and our janitorial staff and the folks that make sure that all of our maintenance is taken care of.
And tell me too about some of that cutting edge career opportunity that INL offers and how that really applies towards the mission that we're talking about.
Yeah, so we try to hire the best and the brightest. Sometimes those are folks from Idaho, sometimes we hire folks from outside of the state, but we work really closely with our Idaho universities and our community colleges to make sure that those workforce pipelines are really robust, right? Those students have access to the technical staff and the folks that are really passionate about the work that we do here. And we do our best to educate about what we're doing and how we're changing the world's energy future right here in Idaho.
Yeah, and you're also investing too in the future of STEM, right?
Yes.
STEM education, a huge deal in our nation and in our state in particular. And I know INL really invests in taking STEM programs into our public schools as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have a very robust K-12 STEM program where we're in schools all the time, right? We take a trailer with all the fun gadgets and ways that kids can really kind of attach themselves to some of these problems and think through some of these things in a way that works for them. So we do a lot of events where we're exposing kids to those career opportunities, the science at large, just kind of the cool stuff that we do, hoping, right, that in the long term that will attach to them as they grow up and decide who they want to be and what they want to do.
And to that in-school program that you have, you know, it may not be the STEM program that's currently today, but I remember very much in junior high, INL coming and visiting the classroom, and I was absolutely fascinated. So the impact is very profound and one that I know that these students are going to remember forever, for decades,
yes,
for decades.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if the list we have given is not enough, because there are so many reasons to understand what makes INL so incredibly important to our state, what else should we be sharing with Idahoans?
Oh, there's so much. I think that really one of the first things that's so important is that we are not just an Eastern Idaho commodity.
Yeah.
We have so much to share. Every single reactor on this planet has a tie back to Idaho National Laboratory and the research that was done here, how that research was demonstrated safely so that the whole globe could go, we trust this thing, we're going to use it, and have been for 74 years.
I like that. I like how you said, it's not just an Eastern Idaho thing, right? It's an Idaho thing. It's national, but it's also global, right? It's a global thing, but it lives here. Its roots are here in Idaho, which, what an amazing source of pride. Like, that is super cool.
Yes.
So where can people go to learn more about INL?
Idaho National Laboratory's website, inl.gov, or any of our social media. We're on all the platforms, I believe, so you can find out all kinds of stuff about us from our website and our social media, and our social media team does really cool stuff, so it's always fun to watch.
Wonderful. Hope, thank you so much.
Of course.